well, this computer is so slow, it doesn't do anything. Now, at best, this is going to get rid of malware. If it's an antivirus, it could get rid of malware.
But that's just
that would speed things up, right?
I mean,
what if you could fix it online?
Now you can.
No, you can't. No, you can't. Oh, a free diagnosis. What do you think the diagnosis is? Oh, you need My Clean PC.
Well,
wait a minute, they fixed 1,183 issues.
Okay, first, okay, let's set down some ground rules. Number one, if it shows up in a pop-up ad in your browser,
do not do it.
Do not do it. Do not click yes to remove the terrible virus or to update your Windows machine or to update your AV software.
And Microsoft does not call you at your house.
Okay, let's not confuse people. One, if it shows up in a pop-up ad, don't click install and don't purchase it and don't give it your credit number. Number one. Number two, how long are you actually running antivirus or anti-malware, and have you updated it, right? Because that was the worst ones. My wife's friend's computer was running slow. Let me give you an idea of what slow meant on this machine. It took 9 minutes to boot.
Okay, something's wrong, definitely.
It took 3 minutes to open Internet Explorer.
Yeah, there's definitely something wrong.
And my wife grabbed a disk and ran an AV tool on it, and comes out about 30 seconds later and says, look, here's the deal. Your computer has syphilis and every other sexually transmitted disease a computer can have.
Now is the time you need a flamethrower.
Yes.
Then a flamethrower is recommended.
Well, the friend in question she was talking to was profoundly not technical, and her husband had been spending a lot of time downloading applications off the internet.
Her husband was downloading applications.
No. He was downloading pirated software.
Was the application named Misty?
No.
Okay.
No. Let me be really clear.
Yes.
One of the dumbest things you can do is go to an unvetted source and download an application that says, like, get this $500 photo editing program for free. Yeah, it downloaded, but it also botted his machine.
Right.
But there were literally there were 3 different bot, not like cool messaging application, next generation communications like we were talking about a few minutes ago, but actually zombied his machine and was using it to do nefarious activities on the web. But most of what people run into, if it tells it it's going to make your machine faster, don't download it. How much memory is on your machine? Are you running Windows updates? Are you running security software? How long has it been since you defragged your hard drive? It's amazing how much a simple defrag can do to improve the performance of your machine. If you're running an SSD, is trim turned on?
I'll tell you, I'll be very straightforward with you. Because I do deal with this all the time on the radio show. Most of these tools, even defragging and trim, that's not really the problem. First of all, most people should not be buying Windows or Macs. They should be buying Chromebooks. And just stop the insanity. You don't need a general purpose computing machine to answer email and to surf the net. You don't. And if they got Chromebooks, most of these problems wouldn't occur. If they insist on using Windows or Macintosh computers, then probably the best thing to do, in fact, almost always the only thing to do, is to wipe the drive and start over, because you don't know what's on there. You don't know the mess they've put on there. And then when you set them up, you should be really teaching them. This is really the most important thing. You got to teach them the rules of the road, right? You can't download software. You can't just.
I have been.
Yeah, you have. Yeah. It's really an education process, and antivirus isn't going to save it. You're going to have to teach them to update regularly, not accept software from strangers. Probably shouldn't be running in an administrator mode. Right. Probably should be running in a limited or standard user mode. I was talking with Steve Gibson the other day, and actually, I'm of the opinion that a lot of times what people assume is malware, registry corruption, is just a hard drive that's dying. The one moving part in most computers, unless you have an SSD, is a spinning disk. And they die. They die a lot. And a drive that's flaky is going to take forever to boot. It's going to load software and crash. It's just not going to work right. So getting a new hard drive, wiping it off, and starting over with Windows, using SpinRite if you have it, or getting a new hard drive can fix a lot of that.
I think a lot of things you're blaming on the hard drive dying is just the operating system being crufted up. I'm telling you, if you've never defragged your hard drive on your rotating hard drive,
I'm going to disagree with you. I don't think a modern operating system needs to be defragged at all. I don't think Windows 10, I don't think OS 10, they don't do the same. We're not Windows 95 anymore.
And yet,
do you run a memory manager?
No.
They're smart enough not to get fragmented, I think.
I think it's a wonderful
Do you like to
theory.
defrag your hard drive?
I defrag on Windows machines, absolutely.
Really?
Yeah.
We disagree on that one, but I think you get the idea, Everett.
Oh, definitely.
Yeah, I mean, it's up to you. You're an educator at this point now. And unless you like going over those places and getting rid of all those problems, well, I think education is number one.
Yeah,
and don't put that crap, the PC fixer-upper stuff on there. That stuff's terrible.
Well, yeah, or maybe, you know, one thing to do is to put together a checklist of things to do before you try to install software.
And my tip to you, when you go to these places, bring a giant mug of water because you're going to need it. Maybe some food supplies as well. You're going to be there a long time. I don't do relatives' computers anymore. I tell them, if you insist on buying Windows PCs, you're on your own. I'll support you if you buy a Chromebook. I might support you if you buy a Mac, although Macs nowadays have similar problems. But if you insist on buying a Windows PC, I'm done. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Leo. Thank you, Patrick.
You know what? It's just nice to know you're not alone, right, Everett?
Definitely, especially you get inundated with all these people who want these.
Well, that's kind of my point, is that we sold people a bill of goods, I think, in saying get a Windows PC or get a Macintosh. Most people, you know, an iPad is probably what most people should have.
I would disagree.
Or a Chromebook. Very few people need to edit videos or write computer software. What do you do on a computer that you need a general purpose PC for? That's just trouble.
So basically you're saying is you want to shut down the pipeline of opportunity in computing that has afforded us the opportunity.
Those people aren't going to do anything smart. Those people are not going to save the world with messaging bots. Those people are why the internet's screwed up.
No.
Those people should be using Chromebooks.
Did you really just say those people 3 times?
They're not going to change the world. I already know that. Right, Everett? Those people you're talking to are not going to change the world. In fact, the world would be better off if they just got offline entirely.
Stop.
All right, if you're a gamer, I'll grant you that. If you're a gamer, although most gamers should just buy an Xbox and shut up. But if you're a photographer, a programmer, if you're a video editor, a lot of the things you do, you're right. But you're smart enough not to screw up your computer.
How did we get smart? We made mistakes.
And then Everett had to fix them.
No.
Or Everett shouldn't have to do that.
Everett wasn't here to fix my machine. Nothing personal, Everett.
That's, by the way, why the smartphone might save the world, because the smartphones don't get crufted up. They don't have these problems. You defrag your smartphone.
You know why your phone doesn't get crufted up? Because you change phones every 3 weeks. You never know about the Android update problems because you never use a phone long enough for the operating system to get outdated.
I agree. Android has some problems. Hey, Everett, I hope we've helped you. At least we brought a smile to your face.